Hi everyone, welcome back to Patchy Pony Stitcher. My name's Mel and it's Thursday the 10th of January. Loving summertime and all the extra riding that we're getting to do. As you saw at the beginning of my video, one of my favourite things in the world, other than cross stitch of course. So welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. We're up to 500 subscribers, so I do have a 500 subscriber giveaway today, so stay tuned for that because it's definitely a good one. I'm going to start off with the FFOs that I have completed for the end of the year for 2018. I had two gifts that I needed to get out before the 31st of January. The first one was an actual Christmas gift for my sister-in-law, and it was the Nativity Berry by Erica Michaels. So I got that one all done and out and ready for Christmas Day, which was great. And I'll insert some photos, because I haven't got it here now, I'll insert some photos for you of the finished product in here. So I was really pleased how that turned out. The finishing wasn't exactly the same as how the instructions were. I sort of had to wing it with my mother-in-law because I'm still learning on the sewing machine. But I was really happy with how it finished. I filled it with rice and then I just put in a bit of covering fabric and pulled it tight and put a bow on it. So really happy with that, how that one came out. The second FFO was my tribal horse design. This was the one where I purchased a design online and then I inputted that into a cross stitch maker software program and it spat out a chart for me. I chose how many stitches I wanted it to be, and I was only going to do one colour, which was the 413 grey that you'll see. It was done on 16 count Aida that I self-dyed with Rick dye with a grey. I was really happy with how it turned out, but I've got a couple of photos for you because again, it's gifted. It was our 60th birthday present for one of my dear friends. So I'm going to insert a photo first of all with it completed before I did the personalisation, you could say. So it's just the tribal horse. Then in the second photo, you'll see I've inputted 14 names of horses that she's had over the years, and then also in its frame. So really, really happy with how this turned out. So I'll give you a glance and see what you think. Just getting ready for framing. How freaking awesome does it look? It's come out so well. I've got all the names of the horses through the tribal horse. Just getting ready to frame. I was so happy with it. I really struggled giving it away, but the recipient enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll have many years of pleasure out of that one to come. So my WIPs for 2019, I'm going to show you what I'm going into the year with, as this is my first Flosstube at the beginning of a calendar year. So I'm going to show you everything that I've got at the moment. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 WIPs I'm beginning 2019 with. So the first one is my Prairie Schooler, well, not Prairie Schooler, Prairie Romance. So I'm going to insert a video of that one because it is on a large standing frame. So I'll pop that one in there. This is probably one of my oldest ones and one of the biggest I've got entering the year. So I'll pop that video in here of my Prairie Romance. So this is my Prairie Romance by Shiny Sun Cross Stitching, my full piece, full coverage piece. I began this in June last year, and as you can see, it's got a long way to go. So it'd be nice to do some work over this coming year and have this finished by the end of 2019. This is being stitched on 16 count cream Ada with the called for DMC threads. So lots of work to go on that one, but I really enjoy working on the full coverages. One of my other older WIPs that I'm entering the year on is Lizzie Kate's Tea Crazy. So at the moment, I've only just sort of begun this one, and this was my travelling WIP for a period of time. But I don't know, I must have got bored with it because I put it down and didn't really go much further. So I'd like to finish it. I'm not sure what I'd do with it as yet, whether I'd probably do some sort of pillow or small. So this is on 14 count tea-dyed Ada with the DMC called for threads. Still got a bit to go. It'll probably become my travelling WIP again once more. So that's WIP number 2. WIP number 3 is my Queen Bee by Cross Stitch Studio. So this is the chart. Now, when I downloaded this one, it's full coverage, but I really only wanted to do the bee itself. So I'm not actually doing the wreath surrounding it or the background. I am doing it on tea-dyed Ada, and this one is 16 count with the DMC called for threads. So it's still got a long way to go with this one, lots of confetti. This one was one I started on too and sort of got sidetracked by something a little bit more interesting. So again, I'd really like to have this one completed by the end of the year. Okay, so WIP number 4 is a caterpillar cross stitch design called Stitchmas. This was a mystery stitch along that began at the end of I think it was about October last year. And I got started on it, but then I got distracted with the gifts I had to do, so I didn't get it done before Christmas. So this is what I've done so far. I'll insert a photo here of what the completed cross stitch will look like. So I've decided, I did mine on 14 count Ada. I think it must be an antique white. I didn't make any dyes, didn't do any change to the fabric, and I'm using all the called for DMC floss in this one. And again, still got a long way to go. And I don't know whether I'll pick this one up again so early after Christmas, or whether I'll wait until the sort of midway through next year. So a little bit to go on that one. So that's WIP number 4. WIP number 5 is my Ori TM Oz that I'm stitching with Rochelle from Tranquil Stitches. Hi Rochelle. We decided to stitch this together. We began in November, and my goal was to do 1 motif per month. A little bit behind, but I'm working on December's, so hopefully by the end of January I'll have December's done. So this one, the charts doesn't look very good on the printout, so I'm going to insert a picture here of what it will look like completed. And this is where I'm up to. So I've done the lion, and I'm now working on Emerald City. And this is on 32 count even weed opalescent by Sparklies, and this is the fabric of the month one that they sent out. So I'm working from right down to left, and I think Cheryl's doing the opposite, left up to the top right. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of differences we have with our finished design. At the moment, I've only used the called for threads. I do have a few different the sparkly, not the new ones from DMC, but they're sort of like they're metallic ones, so I'd like to put a few in there where I can. I'm not going to buy anything specifically for this one, but I will add the sparkly ones in for the colours that I've got that are close to it. And I do have one blue Etoile floss that I'd like to try, so this will probably be the project that it makes that I first try that one in, but when I get to something blue. So really happy with how that's looking. So more work on that one to be done. So that was WIP number 5. WIP number 6 is my Hook Run Hello Sal stitch along with the 3 ladies, Cheryl, Amy and Jeannie. Now again, this was something that I was going to be doing 1 a month, but Christmas got in the way. So far I've done the first block, which I've showed you before. Oops, let me remove my needle minder so you can actually see the work. And I've completed the second block. I didn't make any changes in this one, so that's all as per charted. I'm using 16 count Ada, tea and coffee dyed numerous times to get it really grungy looking, because I wanted it to look like a old Hessian sack that you would have found in the shed. So really happy with how that turned out on that fabric. So I'll be beginning, so that was October, November, so I've still got a bit of catching up to do, and I'd like this one to be finished by the 1st of October was when we began it. So happy with the way that's all coming along. So that was WIP number 6. Now WIP number 7 is my own design, but inspired by Cloud Street. So I'm calling this my sampler of firsts, because there's a lot of firsts for me after returning back to stitching. So this is my first bit of fabric that I dyed myself. It was my first time of doing people, my first time of charting my own design, first time using Whisper, first time using Cryneck, lots of firsts in here. So this is essentially what it is. For those who haven't seen my older videos or are new to my channel, is that I'm a bit of a concert junkie. And I keep all my ticket stubs, and I've got all my ticket stubs framed from the very beginning back in 2001 to present. So this is a companion piece for my ticket stubs, where I am doing a little motif of the artists that I've been to. So as you can see, I've got Kylie Minogue, Pink, then I've got Adam Lambert, Michael Bublé, Roxette, Lady Gaga and Guy Sebastian. And I've got a long way to go with this one as well. As you can see, I've left lots of fabric because I've got lots of ticket stubs to add to this one. So really happy with how this one's coming along, but again, it went on the back burner because I had to get those Christmas gifts out. So I'd like to get back into completing this one, or at least getting up to date with where I'm up to. So that brings me to my giveaway. When I began doing this one, this was Cloud Street inspired. I had purchased a couple of charts off Cloud Street, and I was umming and ahhing which one to start first. If you haven't seen Cloud Street, go and check them out, cloudstreet.com. Not Cloud Street, sorry, Cloud's Factory. Cloud Street's a novel. cloudsfactory.com, and they've got all different little charts of fairy tales, Harry Potter, virtually anything that you can think of as far as fairy tales or famous characters go, there's a chart for it. And so I downloaded a couple, and then I just had a brainwave that I'd like to do this. So that's where this sort of was born, through looking at Cloud's Factory, and then I adapted it to my own little people for what I needed. So because we've reached 500 subscribers, I'm going to give away a $25 voucher to Cloud's Factory. Now this is open to anyone in the world, because it will be a downloadable digital voucher. So I will email you the voucher, and then you just jump straight onto Cloud's Factory and choose what you would like to do. So what I would like you to say in the comments below, if you'd like to win the $25 voucher, is who your favourite pop star is. Now I'm going to say pop star because I need to have a keyword that I can find all the entrants for this giveaway in. So you pop down who your favourite pop star is, whether you've seen them in concert or not, and you've been entered into winning a $25 Cloud's Factory voucher. So this is my WIP number 7. So that's taking me into 2019. So I would like to participate in Mania this year, because I've sort of now working on how I can do multiple. When Mania came around last year, I'd only sort of re-entered back into cross stitch, and 2 cross stitches was enough for me, but I've learnt that I do like to have multiple on the go. So with Brenda from Handwork Maniac came up with a little idea of using your existing WIPs as one of your manias. which I think I'm going to do. So I've got 7, and I've also got a stack of new ones ready to go, and I've put them in a like a Tiny Decisions app. And what I think I'll do is each day in May is spin the wheel and start a new one, but with a maximum WIP amount of 31. So depending on how many WIPs I go into May with, they will, so if I've got 7, the first 7 days will be my existing WIPs, and then hopefully I can top that up to 31 by the end of May. So we'll see how that goes, but it does mean I sort of have to hold off starting anything new because I will have so many WIPs on the go at the end of May. So, and what I'm doing with my WIPs at the moment is after I've done my Hawker and Hello and my Oz one, then for the month, then I'll be spinning the wheel and trying to get through my WIPs that way as a bit of a rotation. Just to add a little bit of spice to it and a bit of fun using the Tiny Decisions app. And then after Mania, I'll probably end up doing the same thing as long as I haven't joined any more sales. But so I've got 2, well, one official sale and then the one that Cheryl and I are stitching together. So I could go through all my potential starts for Mania with you, but I think I'll save that for when we begin Mania. And because I don't know, I might want to do a new start here and there before May commences, because the pile's ever growing and there's lots of lovely new things I want to do in there as well. Now, my giveaways from last month. So I'm trying to de-stash some magazines. So what I'm doing is, inspired by Michelle Bendy, just giving away 3 magazine charts per month. So they will be tri-folded, ripped out of a magazine. So if that doesn't suit you, then it's probably best not to enter. You do need to be over 18 and also a subscriber. If you're not over 18, you do need your parents' permission to enter. So the last month I was giving away 3 charts. The first one was School Days, which was this chart. And that goes to McLam 2001. So if you want to pop in the comments your email address, or no, actually, if you email me, my email address is in my details below. If you email me with your address, then I can pop that into the post for you. Now with my giveaways, I'm not going to comment on your comment for at least a week. So when you watch the videos, there's a bit of a surprise, because it is nice to get a surprise when you're watching a video. So if you haven't received a comment, that doesn't mean you haven't won. It just means that I'm delaying it so you get the opportunity to have a bit of a surprise. So the second chart that I was giving away last month was this cute little elephant. And that one is going to Frankie Stitch A. So again, pop an email through to me with your address and I'll get that one out to you. And the last one was a Halloween alphabet. Can't show a lot of this one because most of it is charted, but here's the models. And that one is going to Cara Taylor. So if you can pop me an email, I'll get those out for you as soon as possible. So I'm going to be doing this every month. So I've got 3 new charts to give away. So the first chart that I'll be giving away is a Tatty Teddy chart. Now these are from 2011. So you're probably all very familiar with the Tatty Teddy style. So that is that one. So if you'd like to stitch that one, just say I'd like to stitch the Tatty Teddy. Please don't say giveaway or I'll have to delete your comment on that one. The next one that I'm going to be giving away is called Happy Hour by Charlie Morby, and it's a series of different cocktails. So this would make a great addition if you've got a bar and so forth in your home. They're quite cute. So if you'd like to stitch the cocktails, please just say I'd like to stitch the cocktails in that one. And the final one is quite a few different charts. It's called Ships Ahoy, and this one is by Annette Erickson. Now it's lots of different like nautical type of motifs. There we go, falling over again. New resolution, find a better camera holder. So I've got lots of different motifs, all nautical style. So if you'd like to stitch that one, just I'd like to stitch Ships Ahoy. So lots of different little ideas for finishing on that one. And again, that one's out of a 2011 magazine. So that wraps it up for my first video for 2019. I hope you've all had a great new year. We had a great one here in Tasmania, Australia, and actually looking forward to the summer starting to cool off. It has been very hot and very dry over the last couple of weeks, so definitely looking forward to some cooler weather on the way. So I'm going to finish you off and finish off now, and also I'm going to insert some footage of our sunflowers from the garden, because I know you all like sunflowers and you're probably missing them. We're over in the United States where it's a bit cold and wet and snowy. So take care until I see you next time. Bye.